Hey guys, it's me Lachlan and welcome today to a brand new Battlefield video, and today of course we're going to be discussing the most recent reveal of the Battlefield Hardline Hotwire mode. Now this has been a highly anticipated mode of the new game, lots of talk around it, and finally we got a look at a trailer within the last 2 days or so. And this trailer really reveals a lot about what Battlefield Hardline is going to be about as a game, and more specifically what this game mode is going to offer towards the Battlefield franchise as a whole. And from what we've seen so far, it's looking very, very promising. So, what is Hotwire mode in Battlefield Hardline? It's a big question, but before we get into that, we need to look at some of the interesting dynamics that Battlefield Hardline is bringing to the table in the Battlefield franchise. Now, Battlefield Hardline is actually utilizing a lot of what Need for Speed had in its racing mechanics that it has in its game. So as a result, we're getting really good vehicles, fast paced, well responsive, and they work incredibly well in the environments that we've been using it so far in the beta. Now they've gone a stretch further and made a massive map for us to run around in and make use of lots of different vehicles to create, as we saw in the trailer, incredibly weird and cool looking chases. But what is the overall goal of the game mode? Well, it's hard to explain, but Battlefield Hardline Hotwire mode is essentially a very weird version of King of the Hill. Scattered across the map will be designated marked vehicles, and if you get in these vehicles, you have the opportunity to bleed tickets of the enemy team. So once you're in these vehicles, the duration of time you're in essentially will start running away the enemy team's tickets. So the objective for the enemy team, of course, be it cops or robbers, will have to take you out and destroy that vehicle, which from what I'd assume would spawn a brand new marked vehicle, unless they can somehow snipe you out of the front seat and take it off you. So it's very interesting, it has a good mix to it, and from what we saw, although somewhat scripted, could have a lot of potential as to how we play Battlefield as a whole. Now what's even more interesting about this Hotwire mode is how somewhat of a team play initiative from the CTE has been brought in to make this gameplay function as we saw in the trailer, with these really cool fast action paced games. Now on the blog post it essentially says that doing really cool skills, although it sounds somewhat childish, like doing flips and really cool barrel rolls, will actually score you points if you do jumps and other ridiculous maneuvers which are just pretty awesome and 007-ish. And it also says that you won't actually bleed tickets if you're not moving, so you have to be driving at full pace in order to make the most out of the ticket bleed count. So I feel as though this is actually a very intelligent move. It's going to make this such a real intense, fast-paced, high-octane sort of gameplay that we've been missing for a while now. And as we know with Hardline, it's ambitious to take a war franchise and run into the police scene. But it looks as though with this game mode we're being offered something fresh, something new, and something which makes a lot of sense and looks like it's going to be really enjoyable. Now alongside this CTE style team play initiative, they've also drafted in another really cool, awesome set of features, and one of them of course is what it mentions in the blog's post, and it essentially says that riding solo means you are going to get slaughtered. So what that essentially means is that they've designed this game mode in the sense that if you are not playing with more than one player, chances are you're going to be dead very quick and very fast. And speaking of dying very quickly, there are even ways to make some sneaky tactics enter this game mode. On the blog post at number 6, it mentions that sabotaging a vehicle is indeed possible, including the marked vehicles which are used to bleed tickets. You can generally destroy, possibly blow up, or possibly disable any of the vehicles that are on the game, especially if it's the marked one, because that's basically just a real dick move, but they encourage you to do that. And another thing is very interesting about this game mode is that you can actually control the battle pickups. It sounds really weird, but it's something they're actually interested in doing. So rather than your random battle pickup, which is just placed somewhere randomly on a map, they've actually influenced this gameplay to include somewhat of a infantry style initiative by taking a domination-esque sort of feeling and throwing it into the game. So rather than the battle pickup being completely random, you'll have to fight for resources. Now these resources, battle pickups, RPGs, are going to be available in forms of stashes which will be placed in strategical locations. So as a result, you get this really good infantry-centric kind of gameplay in between the vehicle combat and all the other hectic things going on around you in order to make use of your time, capture these resources resources and have the upper hand against the enemy team. A really, really well thought out move. And as you can tell from what I've basically said so far in this video, that Hotwire mode is really looking to be one of the best modes that I've seen for a while inside Battlefield, should it play out how they intend it to. The last couple of mentions in the blog post include creating roadblocks, so this will essentially allow you to go sort of hardcore as they did in the trailer and make your own roadblock in the map to foil enemy plots. You can also ride in a massive convoy, so if you've got friends that you play online with and you TeamSpeak with, or PlayStation chat or Xbox chat or whatever, this will be a game mode for you, the game mode where you can all get in your vehicles, ride together and do your best as a team play based game mode, which is what this is looking to be. And it really is well thought out and very intricate. And the final announcement is that the tracking dart is finally returning. You'll be able to plant tracking darts on vehicles, including marked vehicles, which makes me lead to the assumption that an element of stealth and an element of tacticality is definitely going to be important rather than just driving around and smashing into things. When you factor in the roadblocks and you factor in the tracking darts and all these sneaky maneuvers, it feels as though this is going to be a very down-to-earth game mode that isn't just hectic and lacks flow. They're introducing some kind of flow into the game mode and some kind of precision into it to create sort of a skill level for you to be able to play this game properly and also enjoy it the way it was meant to be. Now the big news for me is that I'm going to be able to play this game mode come Thursday next week at EGX. So from Thursday to Sunday, I'm actually going to be attending the EGX Expo here in London, and I'm going to be able to play this new Battlefield Hardline mode, Hotwire, alongside many other games, alongside many other great new AAA title stuff that's going on, and hopefully I'm going to be hooking up with a few YouTubers such as Matt the Musketeer and whoever else attends, which is going to be really damn awesome. I'm really looking forward to it, especially being able to get my hands on this game mode and seeing how it functions, and of which I can report back to you how it plays out and how the game just generally performs overall. Now guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been me, Lachlan. Like I mentioned, I am heading off to EGX in London between Thursday and Sunday, so if you are going, drop a note down in the comment section below, and if you're going, feel free to stop by the Battlefield booth. I'll probably be there sweating out a couple of rounds, and I'd be more than happy to play with a few of you guys. That would be really damn cool. So I'll leave you with this very, very, very strange outro of something that we decided to do last night, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in another one.